It's day 4 of Agritechnica. I think I'm losing my voice. The party last night was very, very loud, so you had to shout to hear anything. And also, obviously for the last few days, I've been talking to loads of people. I've got so much of the show to show you. I can't fit it in the video each day, but maybe when we're travelling back on Saturday, I can stitch the rest of it together then, so you can watch that on Saturday. I'm going to head now to the John Deere stand because it's been chaos every day. But they've got 2 tractors they've cut completely in half, and yesterday you couldn't get near it for people to see it properly, so we'll go and have a look now. It's a Bergman chaser bin here. Some huge chaser bins and huge trailers. Look at the axles under that. Hydraulic suspension. 2 of them steer. Forage box so it collects silage instead of using a forage harvester. Massive. Huge muck spreader here, but you couldn't load that anything but a telehandler because it must be 4 metres high. There's that guy stood next to it there. Forgot next door. SIP, so these are mowers that collect the grass together with belts on the back. The silver cuds. So this is the 4th day and I've never even been this far into this hall. Companies you've never even heard of, but have huge stands. Used to have one of these. It was same as that far one. It's a flail collector. You go along, flails the grass and spits it into the back. Don't look like they've changed much. It was about 10 years ago we had one. Probably see the autonomous Corona a bit clearer now. There's less people stood next to it. Now I know what it is, but do you? Don't want to guess what this is for? Actually, it's probably too easy. It's too easy a quiz question. The forage harvester next to it is not a clue. That's clever, that. Just picks it up, belts it in, puts it through the spout. There's no 90-degree bend. The power shaft comes straight out, driving the chopper unit, blows it to the side. Every time you put power through a gearbox or a bend, you lose some. So that's obviously why they've decided to turn the drum the opposite way and put the grass up that belt so that you're not having to turn the power around an angle. It's obviously more efficient to put the grass through a bend, I suppose. So this is a 6150R chopped in half and a 6920, I think. So now it's got like weight built into the front linkage. Does anyone know how that works? Is it like LED strips? Or is it getting projected somewhere? I think this guy might have actually been asleep all night. On the cab. In the cab. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. Can't have fell asleep already. This is probably harder than it looks, isn't it?
It's not that easy.
a demonstration of how these chopper rollers work, chopping maize. That one spins 30% faster, so it chews it all up. That's what's in the heart of one of them. It amazes me the size of the forage harvesters, yet you put everything through such a small gap. Like, you think of the combines twice the width. This is a demonstration of a weeder working. Obviously, instead of that moving, the ground's moving, just to show you in the show. That'd hoe around all the different sort of lettuce. John Deere's got electric motors, they're driving one of their gearboxes as a concept. John Deere staff are warming up this morning. It's a big clap and a guy brushing up. Let's have a look in the cab of this sprayer. Seat, there's no air in the seat. Everyone's been climbing on it all day. Simple. Obviously got forwards and backwards, and then just buttons for different settings. Window behind you, which is quite good actually, because the pavement doesn't have a window behind you. That glass wraps around to there. This is the other sprays that they make. Look how many steps to get in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the same bonnet as the tractors on this one. This is, I think, the X9, which is their flagship combine. Don't know how big the header is, it doesn't say. I'm guessing 40 foot maybe, on tracks. Twin rotors inside. There's only one drum maybe, and then it does the rotors, and then it does a bit more thrashing, I think, at the back. I can't find anything in English to say what this is, but all I can guess is when you're going over slopes, it's moving the material, the thrash material out of the machine into a level across the sieve so it doesn't fall to one side. But there's no explanation with it, and there doesn't seem to be anything on the TV telling me. Oh no, here it is. Side hill cleaning shoe, it's just come on, it's on a loop. So as the material comes up, falls in, it'll level it so that when it shakes across the sieves it's in the right place. There's a demonstration now. With that is it only levels it to the first bit of the sieve, and then as it gets further back it's going to shake back to one side again. How class level the sieves is, they shake the sieves on a slight angle to throw it across, but of course that works across the whole length of the sieve, and when you think it's probably like 3 meters long, that's far more effective. I would guess that they have a patent on it, and that's why John Deere made that system. Not sure what that's for, but it's won a trophy. It's a Kramer stand, I think. That looks equivalent to ours, 3.6 to 10 meters. But that looks very expensive for you to drop a bale on it. All the different things on that arm. That was a good video with a load of MB tracks. This crazy looking hollow combine is a rape swaffer, so an OSR swaffer. You go through it when it's green chop it, drop it on the floor, leave it in a row, and come back and pick it up in a few weeks. Save spraying it off with a header a little bit like this one. I've been saying for years that balers should live in the shed, small ones. Anyway, spreader baler made a thing so that you can leave your little baler in the shed and rebale your big bales into little bales. That's a really good idea. While it's quiet this morning, I'll just show you, this is haul 26. So this is like the renewable wood chippy haul. So we'll go and see some chippers. Saw this the other night, look how simple it is. 2 rams, bit of box section. Problem is, when you cut the branch, it lands on the cab. You're better off cutting it on the front with that one. Just gonna have a look at the screen inside this Heiser hat.
Can I maybe offer you a drink, a cola or water?
I'm okay. I've got a lot to do, but thank you. Just looking inside the rotor on this one. 14 blades, which is a lot less than what we've got now. Then you've got different grills that you slide in and out. It's just where there's no shear bolt protection now, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. To that thing grinding stumps up. Goes on a digger. With a chipper here. Look at this mid-mounted hedge cutter. It's got wheels on the side to keep the tractor stable. And a black Valtra. There's one of the piston bullies. I think these are like the original ones. That looks like a spud harvester, but it's a wood chipper with its own hopper on that then will tip into trailer. So I think you can go in the forest, chip it into itself, drive it out, put it on a trailer on the side of the road, and go back and get another load. That's a monstrous forestry mulcher. Seen this to drive the roller. So it's a flat roller, but it's got teeth on the end to drive it. Huge chains on the front, and then carbide teeth inside the rotor. Looks heavy. Little self-propelled one. The absolute size of that flail mower. It's a flail mower with belts on, so it can leave stuff in a row. Presume you could then bale it up. That's proper mower conditioning. Bio chipper. Some proper weird machines. That's for cleaning around vineyards and trees. Some little mini mulchers. And I think this is like the new bigger version of our one. It's huge. That's like something out of a computer game. This is who our flail mower was made by, but obviously they make forestry mulchers as well. And a lot of them. These are for ripping the ground to pull the roots up and bits of branches, then you shred them again. On shredding stumps. Someone sent me a video, one working, didn't they? To put on the front of the telehandler. And you can cut branches with it. I think it's like it's remote control as well. Just been talking to the guy John about this, and apparently you can just use it for cutting normal hedges, not just trees. And you can go at about 5 or 6 miles an hour. So you really clear them back. And then he's got this over here, which is quite nifty. Well, you can see it better on this one. A quick release system like a cone and pin to swap the heads.
It's
I've got.
Take that pin out and then drop it off and then put a different head on it, and then that belt throws the grass up the bank if you're cutting banks of ditches to stop it blocking in the waterways, and it'll spin all the way around. But it mounts. You reckon you can take it on and off in 2 minutes because it's on a ball hitch or a top link pin and a drawbar pin. Like that, so it does away with having to have a subframe. Apparently the painters did that. That thing, when you put it on, you only need 2 pipes, then it works off a remote control. You can cut branches sort of like nearly a foot diameter because you can nibble them underneath and then go through them. You're not just limited to that. That'd be awesome on the Merlot for these branches that seem to be getting bigger every year. There's a Unimog there with a big hoover on. For cutting hedges and hoovering up the clippings and the grass. It's actually like a tedder inside, isn't it? All these orange tractors. There's a self-propelled hedge cutter. This is a thing for making sterilised straw or briquettes. So you can basically turn straw into logs. But in the process it heats it up, so that makes it sterile at the same time. So we're just trying to see whether there's a business case for adding value to straw by turning it into logs. But I don't know whether the energy costs negate that. This is today's dinner, courtesy of DLG. We've actually had pretty much the whole menu, but we have this a few days running out because it's good. And Martin's got a gift off the waiting on staff. Martin's not entirely sure whether he smokes it or he puts it in a candle or he adds it to his cooking. Looking at this Claydon drill is making me realise that ours definitely needs cleaning and polishing, because I'm sure ours isn't this bright anymore. Looks like it's longer, this on the front. More wheels, bigger wheels. That is an 18-metre harrow.
They probably didn't
fold it up
on the space on the stand, so they folded it up.
Yeah. Might be giving a free one away now that they've saved so much money. Some springs there, isn't there?
It's like one of those chest expanders.
That's something else, that, isn't it? Imagine though if straw got on top of that, though, it'd take a bit of cleaning, wouldn't it? Hey, look, they're all linked on a pulley. That must. Oh, that's to change the pressure. Oh, and then fold it back to. They pull it that way to fold it up, and that's how they've done it, isn't it?
Yeah, all the time.
That's clever, isn't it? Do you reckon we can play a tune on it? It's like a harp.
Yeah.
They should have done that for publicity. They should have had a harp here in yellow and blue and someone playing it. Draw the crowds. That's a 12-metre one, isn't it? Looks like you fold it up with this joystick. There's one in our budget, a whole metre one. So for about 3 hours, Martin's been complaining his foot's hurting. He also lost his badge as well.
Funnily enough, that was stuck through the bottom of my shoe, and I've been walking on that all morning.
So it solved 3 mysteries: why his foot was sore, why his shoe was clicking, and where he lost his badge. Now we think this is what they call a carbon plough, and it'll plough deeper to bury stuff to trap carbon in, but it wouldn't work for us because we just plough clay up. This is a harrow a little bit like that other one we've just seen, but it's got like rods to change it and then hydraulics in the end somehow, but it can actually harrow spud drills. Another autonomous tractor, but that's the same as the one we saw on the Crone stand, isn't it? Yeah. But blue. We are in Dublin Airport, about to fly home. The problem is, it said that the flight was delayed.
Dublin or Berlin?
No, we're in Berlin, aren't we?
Yeah.
It looks similar, spelt similar. The flight said it was delayed 40 minutes, and we come through the gates, walk to the gate with some lads that we know. So we waited. We were stood chatting by the gate. It still said it was delayed 40 minutes. So we walked 300 metres, 200 metres to get a sandwich. Walked back to the gate 20 minutes later, and they said the flight's gone and you can't board, and we could see it out the window and they wouldn't let us on it. So we've had to then ask about 5 people how we get back through security and walk out of Terminal 1 into Terminal 2, and then now we're getting stung to buy a Ryanair flight that's leaving an hour and a half later to get back to Manchester. And Martin's sweaty because we had to power walk. We're pretty certain we're not going to miss this one now. The annoying thing is we thought we were going to be too rushed for the flight on Friday evening, so we booked an extra flight at Saturday to be back. And yeah, and there's another reason why I'm annoyed that we missed it and annoyed that we're late, but I'll tell you that later.
Hi everybody, straight back from Agritechnica, and here's the birthday bumper for today. Okay, Luke Mason, happy birthday, you're 1. You probably won't know about this. Noah McDonald, 5, happy birthday to you. Fraser Osgoby, 10. Charlie Scammell, we're not sure which day you're on. You're 9, happy birthday. Mark Evans, 21, plus VAT. Dara Brewer, you're 9, happy birthday. And of course, I can't come here without Big Tony Hall. Big Tony Hall, 62.8037 years old today. Happy birthday, Tony. Total today, 52,132. Have a fab weekend, everybody.
Yep, happy birthday, everyone on there. Yeah, that was one journey. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm in a hurry. I'll tell you tomorrow. And I'll see you. I've got a little bit more of the show left to go, so I'll show you that as well. Bye.